Yeah, let's put you through the same 2 waves of enemies again. I suppose the real problem is I haven't actually found a concrete way of dealing with a siren that wasn't just fly above where it can hit me. Usually. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's get rid of the node. Like, if anyone's got any suggestions on what the best way to deal with a siren is, whether it's like a different weapon type or, you know, just using barrier or something, that would be appreciated, because so far, it's if you get touched by it, you're dead. Because it will take away 99% of your health, and you have to kill something else to have health before dying. Jesse endgame because... yeah, I guess. Okay. Alright, next bit? Yeah, next bit. Like, I don't have a problem with the waves and waves of enemies as a final endgame challenge, because that's been done, you know, when we were trying to break open Hedron, and when we were facing off against Pimmsy the first time. But it does feel like Jesse is fragile. And the way the game expects you to deal with it is be mobile. But being mobile doesn't help if you die in 2 hits. Alright. So. Back here? Alright, we're back here. Okay. I'm gonna look at the layout before I head over, but it doesn't seem like there's really a better place to be. I'll try going left this time, I guess. Try and keep my distance from whatever's hitting me. You go away! Ugh. Okay. I know there's more than one siren, though. Alright, so I'm at full health now, which is good. But I know there's another siren somewhere. Where are you, another siren? I know you're around. I know you're around. Just come out and jump scare me like I know you do. Like, we're getting the floaters this time now, and we weren't getting floaters before. Whoop. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Run, 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 run. Hurry up. Oh, okay. Make him dodge. Lose his thing. Kill him there. Was there really only one siren? I could have sworn there was at least 2. Maybe I just never made it far enough. Okay, there's another enemy left. There you are. Okay, next area. Nope, still more dudes. Ah, big chunky boys to deal with now. Alright, destroy their shields if I can. Throw stuff at them. Whoop. Well, I killed one dude. Honestly, I'm really surprised there aren't any mine predators around here. I would have totally thought that they would make you avoid some unkillable enemies for this bit. Unless they're still to come. But I'm pretty close to the pyramid now. So maybe they're not doing that. Alright. Make sure I'm nice and healthy. Okay. Music's stopped kicking in. Game's performance is not going great because it's loaded the next thing in. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. We did it! Woo! And there's Dylan. Alright. Thank you for giving me the ability to jump far enough for that. Okay. Dylan! I've come to save you. Let me cleanse you, Dylan. Oh, hey, look, it's me.
Dylan's in a coma. I don't know if there's anything of him left in there. If he'll ever find his way back. The portal's been closed, but the hiss is still in the oldest house. And the lockdown can't be lifted as long as any trace of it remains. I'm working on a solution with my management team, but there is still a long road ahead. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. We're in this together. You and I.
Hooray! Now that feels like the end of the game. And I'm assuming this is a real credit scene. Yeah, there we go. We got a trophy for it. So, that was Control. Now, clearly, the explanation there saying the hiss is still inside the oldest house means that I can carry on playing the game. Which means I can carry on doing all of the different stuff that Artie wants me to. But it'll also lead in quite nicely to the Foundation DLC, which I got because I bought the Control. I bought Control on sale on PSN, and the Foundation DLC was on sale at the same time, or at least the Season Pass was. So the Foundation is the first part of the DLC, and I'm pretty sure there is an AWE event DLC as well, which is supposedly linked to Alan Wake. So there's another part to that, but I don't know when that's going to be released. Do they even eat? They have to be in there for so long. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. But that is, for all intents and purposes, the first ending of Control. I don't know if there's a good bad ending, but that feels like an ending. There's not really too many choices that you can make differently throughout the game. It's just whether you find more clues about the house itself, whether you do more stuff for Artie might give you a slightly different, like, ending cutscene with him, perhaps. So, apart from that awful endgame thing of, let's send waves and waves of enemies at you, and if you die at a certain stage, you have to start from the beginning again. I really enjoyed this game. It is incredibly cool. It is a fantastic concept. Speaking of people, we never found Darling, did we? Where was Darling? Maybe we'll have to find Darling another time. But yes, I am a massive fan of the paranatural events, as they refer to, and going after all the different altered items, like the duck that quacks at us, the anchor that floats and shields people, the safe that shields us with the field training obstacle course. It is all really interesting. Like, we talked about it when we first started, like, you can spend a lot of time wiki diving on this kind of concept and say, ooh, this sounds cool, this sounds cool. The Foundation team, interesting. Theodore Ash. So Ash is in the DLC for the Foundation. Alright. Okay. Also, yes, I am assuming that the DLC is only applicable after you finish the game, so in theory we should be able to do this now. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. I think the fact that the abilities were quite stripped down was pretty nice. So you get telekinesis, you get flight or levitation, floating kind of stuff. You get mind control, and you get shield, and then evade as well counts as an ability as well. And that's all you get. There's not too much different to it. Like, in terms of other games similar to this, there's like Infamous where you get lightning powers, I believe. You know, you could have had a whole thing about shooting flame from your hands, like Bioshock, electricity, wasps. Like, if there was an ability to turn hiss into a weapon for yourself, I feel like that could have been something they could have incorporated. But no, they kept it quite simple. And I think that lends quite well to how the loop of the fighting works. Yeah, I think the fighting itself was okay. It's just that last bit kind of put a sour taste in my mouth about, you know, just, here, do this. We're giving you a power boost, but we're not letting you carry on. Do it again. No, do it again. I just don't like the siren enemies that much, honestly. But again, that could be me just being salty that I never found a good way of dealing with them. But yeah, I think more of this game is in the different files and collectibles. I have no idea how many I've found. Like, I imagine I might have found maybe half to 3/4 of the stuff. Because you'll naturally find stuff if you explore, but I haven't gone through all the different areas at the start of the game once I got the ability to float. So I was talking about Central Research. There's a Darling presentation there that I found just like looking around talking to plants. So yeah, I really do need to go around the entire game and see what new abilities I've got and clearance. The clearance only went up to level 6, didn't it? And Dylan is the person who gave it that clearance. I'm really surprised Undertale doesn't give it any clearance. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the DLC has in offer. I don't know whether I'll go straight into the DLC. I might wait until the second part of the season pass is available and then do the DLC, like, start again, almost. Yeah. The other thing that I can say about this game is it is much faster paced than Last of Us 2, and I appreciated like getting stuck into the thick of things, but also there is the idea of you get thrust into a situation you don't know much about and you learn more about it afterwards. But I could tell, or at least it was hard to tell, that the pacing of the game changes up significantly. Like, there was a whole section of looking for Artie to go through Ashtray Maze, and they could have expanded that out quite a bit. And I think that's probably where the Foundation DLC comes in, is that, you know, they decided to make that a different portion of the game. Thanks to all the families and friends and loved ones who make it possible and worthwhile to do what we do. And here's all the copyrighted music. Oh no. This can't all be music. Maybe it is. No, I think yeah, I think that's music. Yeah, this is a really cool game. I understand why people think this is one of the games of the year of 2019. I'm yet to play the other game that is touted as Game of the Year 2019, which is The Outer Wilds. I'm not sure if we'll play that like next, but it'll be interesting to compare them to. All of these events are fictional, as if you could ever expect all this stuff to happen. Ooh, look at that. You are the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. The crisis is not over. Your work is not done. And she's got her hair all pinned up with a pyramid. We got some stuff, some multimedia things as well. So, research and records. Oh. Shouldn't be going past this much, should I? We're looking for that red thing here. I might have skipped over whatever the research and records thing was. Maybe I'll be able to see it from the name itself. It wasn't in here though, so let's see. Oh, Director Faden photograph. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Very nice. And then case files. The slide projector. So it's got no containment procedure. The object is a projector with a vertical tray. The object creates blanks. See Dr. Darling presentation 26 for more details. The only director, or the only individual to successfully produce this effect resulted in the capture of Hiss Resonance? Hedron? Dr. Darling presentation 26.3. The object has not been successfully bound. The power utility of this object does not require binding. Discovered when the Bureau responded to the ordinary AWE. See AWE 24 case file for more info. Many of the accompanying blank were blank. See files on P6 and P7, so that's Dylan and Jesse. The entirety of the blank was transported to the Bureau for examination to find additional slides or other alter materials. All stuff redacted. Was there anything else summary or supplement-wise for this as well? No. Okay. And then multimedia and hotline. Oh, dynamite. Yeah, you get to watch this as much as you want. No, I think we saw it the first time, darling. So, and then this is Slidescape 36. 26.1. Not the actual OOP. So yeah, we saw that as well. And the hotline. So, the future? There was also Endless Grind, wasn't there? There we go.
My reflection trapped in the darkness of the coffee I nurse. The rain turned the lights of the city into a mosaic on the windows. The day's paper lists all the things wrong in the world. The list grows longer by the day. The difference between the morning and the night: coffee, whiskey, no other difference. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It feels like I just closed my eyes. It's dark. I sit up on the bed in the gloom. I get up, I shower. The driver waits for me downstairs, takes me to the oldest house. An old man stares at me in the car window. It's raining. It's dark. Late at night, he brings me back here. It's not a home. It's a room where I sleep in. Waking up just as tired as I was before going to bed. Endless grind.
All day, every day, working for the rest of your adult life. So, the future from the board. The hiss is removed, silent from the astral plane. You have beaten the not you. We like and tolerate you very much. You are prepared, unprepared, for what comes next. We will speak again. In the future, /DLC. Good work, victory, director. Hey, the board's happy. You stole the dead man's clothes. No, I'm pretty sure there's just like a director outfit that is given to you when you become the director. Like, this is obviously a woman's suit. You wouldn't find Trench wearing this. So you can execute board countermeasures and bureau alerts to fight the ongoing whatever that was. I think there's also find more secrets. So things are still as they are? Do we still have floating people?
Shawshank Redemption.
What?
That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier.
How long ago was that?
Not important, but that was it.
New mission! The Foundation. I'm pretty sure, yeah, going to the hotline chamber, talking to the board is the way that you access the DLC. So they still never found a way to deal with you guys, did they? I know the hiss are still inside, but you would have thought you'd be freed from the infection somehow. Well, anyway, so we're here. We've got Arish to talk to. Do you have anything new to say?
I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. If we could just flush out the stragglers.
Ooh, lots of things to say. Did you see that Arsenal beat Liverpool? I did not. But honestly, it doesn't matter because Liverpool's already won the league, so it's a little bit too little too late, unfortunately, I think. But I'm sure, you know, I'm glad that's worked out for Arsenal, I guess.
So, what's next for Simon Arish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau, fuck it, the entire fucking world, without some serious oversight.
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of the mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this.
Jesse is director.
What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Trench was fine, but well, you pulled us back from the brink, so... Well, I'm honored to serve, man. I mean, fuck, shit. Faden. Sorry.
He'll get it one day.
Sit rep.
So, what's the situation in my Bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
Sure thing. More hands on deck.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using the slide projector?
Well, Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but well, some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement. Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever going to end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
To be fair, it would still be pretty fun to be messing around with altered items.
Marshall's been missing for a while now.
Yeah,
Any
about
ideas
that.
where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Whew, Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know?
You're that scared of her?
But, she was by herself, if that helps at all.
Not really, but
No.
thanks. Hopefully she turns up.
New mission, find Marshall.
I'll see you later.
You know where I'll be.
None. Looks like it got shifted.
Yeah, we never found Casper, Darling. So outfits. Grab the director's suit, astral dive suit. I still don't like that. Candidate P7 is just comfy. Ooh, office assistant. I still really like the asynchronous suit, but I'm gonna wear the director's suit for the time being. Got to let the people know. There we go. And abilities. So, I never end up maxing out energy. Let's try and do that with this now. I assume there's some way to max out everything you've got here. But it could take a while. And then astral constructs as well. We can see if we can upgrade some other stuff. Sure, why not? And then, yeah, 2,500. 25,000, I should say. And yeah, I never did an expedition thing. So I've still got, like, loads of jukebox tokens that aren't used. So we can collect that, collect that. We can do shatter. Let's do this and this. Let's go and have a chat with good old Emily. See what she's got to say now that I'm the big boss woman. Ooh, hello. This is new. Variance and alteration. Variance and alterations, you say? Analysis of His Threat Part 5. His corruption manifests in vastly different ways. Some hosts remain largely unchanged, while others are barely recognizable as human. What determines this level of alteration? Is it the duration of corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process, each entity representing a stage of growth in an undiscovered linear progression leading towards what? Additionally, Hiss entities possess various paranatural abilities. How have they achieved this? Do they gain them from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single highly talented para-utilitarian and divided their access to paranatural abilities across the network of Hiss-corrupted hosts? As a scientist, I'm hindered by the sheer number of questions. It's difficult to identify where one should begin. What is the most pertinent question? How do we kill it? That seems like a good start. Refer to file blank for full report. Okay. Emily! Hello.
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good.
That's...
A great honor.
Really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else like
Exactly. I was going to say,
Jesse, really.
your other option's Underhill, but clearly Emily's a much better fit for it. Okay. So, do you have anything new to say, though, Emily?
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down.
Jesse as director.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes.
How, if you didn't...
We'll be better
There's
than
nothing
they
written
ever
down.
were. We won't ever be like them.
Like, if you don't read about what they did, how are you going to avoid it? Darling's fate.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things.
Sexy Dr.
I
Darling.
think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Well, empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm going to consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Mm-hmm.
Which it all was, of course.
Dylan's condition.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
Not likely. So, the HRA failure.
So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
me.
Mm-hmm.
you.
Polaris
Hedron
inside me.
is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this.
Nope.
And I'm okay with that. I'm just
This is a
glad
game
you're here with me.
that is full of loose
Good to
ends and not many answers.
Thanks, Emily.
And that's how they want you to feel after finishing the game. Alright, so the board itself.
I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
Well, sure, of course.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is head of research. Maybe it is. Okay.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please.
Very hands-on
Not
director.
even as a joke.
Not even as a joke. Yeah. Really doesn't like it, does she? Okay. So, let's see. Where's Dylan being kept? It was up here, right? Hence the guards.
When do you think Marshall's coming back? It's not like her to be out.
Yeah.
Crisis.
I'll
Is
be
there
here waiting for
anything
you when
we
you
can
wake
do?
up, brother.
No, can't go inside.
You wake up.
Well, he's not dead. Or at least that's what that would imply. So, yeah. What else is there to do? Obviously, there's the whole, the Foundation DLC that we've already talked about. But otherwise, in terms of missions, we've kind of got everything here about the mold host being removed, all of Artie's different things. Oh, Artie, we should talk to Artie. Artie will definitely have something new to say. I think we're going to go to ventilation, right? Yeah, janitor's office is pretty close. But yeah, I think after today, we might be moving on to something else because we did it. We beat Control. That is the ending of the game. There may be more things to do based on trophies and side missions and so on. I might find more collectibles for all I know. But unless there's another significant story event to happen, which I don't think there is, we beat it. So we'll go and have a chat with Artie. I'm trying to think if there's any other significant people. Marshall's missing. Darling's gone. Trench is dead. So it's just Artie, Emily, Arish, and so on and so forth. It's been a very dangerous office location, does old Artie.
Still gone.
Still gone.
You get the feeling he had more of an agenda than he let on.
So Artie
Get what he was here for.
is not around. So where does this go? There's still undiscovered locations. And this is the DLC. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can follow us at twitch.tv/RiggyRob to get notified when we go live, and you can catch us as soon as possible as when we start these streams. You can also subscribe because we're Twitch affiliates, and we've set a very lofty sub goal of 25 concurrent Twitch subscribers. And if we do that, then I will let Pimmsy dress me up in makeup in drag. So yeah, we've got, I think, 15 more to go for that, and it's a big goal. But yeah, I'm not gonna make it easy for you guys to get me all dressed up in makeup. I will make sure this goes up onto YouTube at some point. It should be relatively soon, I think, maybe in the next couple of weeks. So that's at RiggyRob Pimmsy Play. Links in the chat now on YouTube. We've also got Discord and Twitter you can follow us on, and you get notified when we go live there as well. And you can talk to us about all sorts of different things as well, whatever you feel like. We have a schedule, so we go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. That is 8 p.m. BST British time on the weekdays. So that's 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, and then 1 hour later for European people, so 9 p.m. And 10 a.m. on Sundays. So that's 11 a.m. European time and 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific. So, since we officially finished Control, we got the ending, we hit the end credits, both the fake ones and the real ones, I guess, in theory, we could start a new game. So, Paper Mario Origami King comes out in a couple of days. Wasn't 100% sure whether I would be actually, like, streaming that. I've not heard good things about it being an RPG. It's supposed to be a good game, but for a Paper Mario RPG specifically, it's kind of like not what people want. So I don't know if I'll play that. So it could be that instead I'll start something new, like I mentioned, like the Outer Wilds, or I'll go back to something that I've started before, like maybe we go back to the Dark Souls 3 Soul Level 1 run, or even start doing Link to the Past, which I started again on Sunday. So yeah, I guess just have to see how things shake out. I might just spend all my time doing the Control side missions, who knows. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up there for me. So, thanks for watching the stream, guys, and I'll see you all next time.